All right, so let me ask you, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Let's do it.
Wonderful. So first off, hi everyone and welcome to today's AMA with OG CHIMPS, a wild, witty, and Web3 powered project that is making serious noise already in the Solana ecosystem. So, for starters, everyone, OG Chimps is more than just a meme. It's actually a movement with a strong narrative, community energy, utility, and a roadmap packed with creativity. So, we've got lots to unpack for today's AMA. So, make sure to stay tuned from the beginning till the very end of our AMA to get to know as well Julius Bananarchy. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But anyway, to start our AMA, let's swing into it and meet into the minds behind the jungle. Joining us today for this AMA is MC. MC will be the one to be with us today on this AMA, of course. So, hi MC, please say hello to all of our audience and kindly introduce yourself to them as well.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, and thank you for having us. Thank you for having OG Chimps in the house. Big jungle beats going on. Yes, so I'm MC Limitless. I'm on the dev team. I'm helping out with the project, mostly the technical aspect, getting all the technology to work together, all the wallets and all the lockings and basically everything technical. Yes, I'm the geek and proud of it. All is well. Yeah, so that's my role. And as you mentioned, well, you got it right. Julius Bananarchy is the dev. He comes from the corporate world. He's a serious guy with a big vision and big long-term goals. Leaving legacy and making this brand as big and as worldwide as possible. So it is an awesome project. I'm so honored and lucky and happy to be on the team. And yeah, I would happily tell you more about OG Chimps.
Thank you very much, MC. And once again, it's a pleasure for us to have you guys here. And of course, let's get into it by going forward to our first question. So, as you know, MC, we're on the Binance Live, right? And there are lots of people listening to us right now. So, to start our AMA very informative for everyone, can you start by introducing OG Chimps to our community? Like, what is the core vision of the project and how does it stand out in this very packed Solana ecosystem?
Totally, totally. Well, as many people I think have noticed, the art is spectacular. The art is amazing. Our graphics people, really, really pushed AI to the limit and created a lot of PFPs for all the team members and beyond. And this basically sparked the idea to go NFTs, and that's in phase three. Limited supply. That's actually later in the question. I'm just kind of getting ahead, but NFTs are coming, and we basically we're going to use our PFPs of the chimps to get the NFTs done. Limited supply, and most likely we will try to make them as customizable and as possible, and with extra utility attached to it. That's later on. OG Chimps again. So the basic idea came from the whole hip hop scene, streetwear culture, and raw rebellious energy, meme energy. Solana is the pretty much the most most make sense place to launch a kind of meme like that. And yeah, it's about longevity and smart liquidity, real world vibes, and we are creating a big meta, big brand. So OG Chimps are leading the way, and we're supporting OG Chimps as much as possible.
Thank you so much, MC, for that. That's a very awesome intro. I mean, it's clear that OG Trims isn't just another meme project, right? I believe it's got depth, style, and a whole lot of attitude. So, oh, I'm very excited to get into the closer details. Thank you, MC, for that. But let's try to rewind a little bit. Let's go back at the very beginning, okay? MC, what exactly inspired the creation of OG Chimps?
So Julius Bananarchy, like I said, is the face and spirit of OG Chimps. He's our alpha. He's our brand. He's our vibe. Almost like think of Caesar from the Planet of the Apes, but mixed with like hip hop royalty. So he's our mascot, and basically, he has this idea to basically merge the hip hop and the rap culture and the streetwear with the crypto with tokens basically, and just combine the two and see what comes out of it. So phase four actually has a lot of ideas about reaching out to artists, hip hop, rap, all those big names basically, and trying to collab with them. Possibly have some sponsorships for upcoming artists in the scene, and join the big stars together with the upcomings, and just one big brand of OG Chimps with hip hop, in entertainment industry, all joined together on the crypto scene. Just this one big vision, big idea. That's pretty much what's driving Julius to come up with this idea and go big with it. And so that's in progress.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Ems. I mean, it's raw, it's funny, and I think it's full of purpose as well. I love how this rooted from just simply a mere and funny idea, which I think now this is a very funky project of all. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, MC. But you've been
pleasure.
mentioning about Julius Bananarchy since earlier, right? Which is basically your legendary mascot. So let's try to unveil who actually Julius Bananarchy is. MC, who exactly is Julius Bananarchy with that funky name and funky personality, and what role does he play in the story?
Absolutely. So I obviously cannot reveal too much. Julius is a big corporate guy, with very strong ethics, integrity, and all that comes with it in the business world. Very successful guy, and he basically, like how many successful people just have dream about ideas, one day, and then it's like, yeah, let's do it. Like Jeff Bezos wants to dig up some, Atlantis loot from the ocean and gather all the equipment to go deep into the sea. So same kind of idea, and just a big vision, a big idea. I wants to make it happen. So that's what I'm trying to say as well about Julius. Something I had on my mind, I just forgot. Bum, bum, bum. Don't remember, but yeah, Julius. Yeah, let's move on. I had a thought I wanted to share. Then I got sidetracked with the diving and whatnot. Yeah, please go ahead with the next question. If it comes back to me, I'll get back to it as well.
Thank you, and we'll wait for that, MC, no worries. But I mean, I think we've had enough introduction as well already about Julius. I mean, at least now that we know that Julius is a riot, a very cool person, a very one of a kind personality. That's very amazing too. And having a fully fleshed out character, it gives the community something to actually rally behind. Having this strong personality as the facade. So MC, let's swing from the lore. Now let's talk about the launch. Okay, well, let's talk about something big and let's talk numbers. MC, can you explain how did the 4 million tokens per one sol resale model work?
Ah, well, it was idea to launch big, and so one, like obviously there was a lot of brainstorming and trying to figure out the best way to go about launching the token. So one of the ideas were to basically have a private and a public pre-sale prior to the actual live launch. And so we had a private pre-sale first. We raised around 76 Solana at that point, and then followed that by a public of only 24 hours, which brought another 8. So we had total of 84 prior to the launch, and then after the launch, we obviously had to distribute all the tokens. I had to do it manually, very carefully. So that was done, and then once everything was out and allocated, that's when the actual live mint happened with the liquidity added from that 84 sol. Slowly but surely, there is another science to the madness by Julius. Basically, he said that dripping liquidity slowly as the chart climbs will basically secure the floors. And so exactly what happened. We were holding 100K. So, okay, first of all, we jumped to around 300K. Okay, so 160 right off the gate. Then a few hours to days later, we reached 300K. That was our max so far. But then we dropped to about 100 slowly, and we stayed at 100 for about a week or so, still adding liquidity and whatnot and burning tokens. Adding and locking liquidity. We had some trouble with that actually with locking. Different locking companies are charging fees to lock, and they provide like a certificate thingy that you have to post on X and TG and whatnot. And there's a link. Some of them provide a URL as well, like a public one. But the problem was that the lock did not show up on DEX, and so we tried different locks, draining our liquidity tokens just to lock it in and have it shown on a DEX so it's trusted and visible. And it didn't happen until the sixth one or fifth one, sorry, maybe fifth one, fifth locking company. Finally, we got the lock showed up. It's obviously not full because we got previous locks already in progress. So this was a bit of a challenge that we had to deal with. The locks expire sometime in the future now, so there's nothing we can do about it. But all the certificates are there to prove. Um, so so that those are liquidity games. So basically, holding the floor steady at 100 and climb from there, which we did a couple of times. We hit another 250 once more, and around 200 once more after. Thanks to amazing shows that we were on, Kid and Walt, as well as the Binance AMA right now. Again, thank you for having us. It's really awesome. So yeah, we and TG has VC raids. We have a lot of community, strong community, diamond hands, over 1,000 members on TG and on X, being active. Keeping up with conversations and really believing in a project and making awesome convos on TG and the raids as well. X posts and smashing them and whatnot. So that's what's happening. And yeah, there's much more to come. This is that's our base, that's our foundation. Right now the market crashed a little bit with the Bitcoin and Sol and everything went down, pulled OG chimps with it. So we are down right now. Is a crazy, oh my god, buying opportunity right now. We dipped pretty much pretty low, not to the very bottom, but pretty low. So right now is the time to get it because we are not stopping. We are going hard with it, with all the ideas, with all the visions. So
Thank you so much, MC, for sharing that with us. I mean, that was a long journey indeed, right? But I'm glad that it finally paid off after, you guys really pushing the efforts for it, not giving up on that. Thank you very much for, of course, giving us details regarding this. Plus, I love the fact that you guys are really building a very strong community. Wow. So,
yeah,
to the
yeah.
people listening, guys, if you're, of course, interested to be part of the community, I highly encourage you to go over to their socials, particularly their Telegram community, to be connected with the team, with their growing and vibrant community. And also, guys, like mentioned by MC, right? Currently there's a dip, so now is a perfect time to be involved. Thank you so much, MC, for that.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And I forgot to mention the most important part about the launch. So we launched on RevShare, which is basically a platform that drips rewards. So there is 8% tax on all the transactions, buy, sell, transfer. And the RevShare basically manages that 8% to distribute to the holders who have more than 500K of CHIMPS token. And so the rewards were pretty hard and amazing at the very, very beginning. Right now, the volume is a bit lower, so that slowed down a little bit. But it's still implemented, it's still on. So once the volume hits back, the rewards will keep flowing. It's over 30, I believe 35 sold that have been distributed to the holders. That's pretty amazing. That's basically nice side income. And yeah, and RevShare has been treating us quite well. So it's easy to use, and the dashboard is pretty easy as well to use. So that's a huge plus. And so 8% is the tax, 4% goes to community, 4% goes to the dev, which basically is a marketing wallet and operations to fund shows such as this and other initiatives that we have marketing wise.
Thank you, MC, for that. Once again, that's very informative as well. Totally letting us to understand, the tokenomic structure behind. Thank you very much. But, now that we've explored a little about the token, I believe the best way on unveiling the power and real value of the token is through the utilities. So, MC, can you also enlighten us what kind of utility does the OG Chimps token provide?
So right now, obviously, some of the pre-sale people got the PFP made custom for them, so they're enjoying this, and therefore we are planning to roll it out as an NFT to the community, and as much customized as possible. So we did some research, and there's quite a few options to make that happen. Layers and additions and whatnot, and other basically like additional NFTs, such as tools, or like a banana, for example. A chimp could have a banana as additional NFT. So there's a lot of different ways we can look into it, how to implement it. Other than that, staking is in a game. Actually, we are so right now we have a website, ogchimps.com, ogchimps.com. There is a link to the TG and X, and as well as the CA of the contract of the token. So watch out, there's a few fakes out there already, not many, a few. So just make sure you get the right address from the website. And so this is our first website. It's pretty good, but could be better. So we are working on a better one. And the new website that's coming out soon, it will have also additional features such as lottery, mini games, and a merch store. So merch, tees, hats, um, I don't know what else. Basically clothing with OG Chimps, so people can show it off on the streets. And so that's coming up. It's going to be sold through the website. We will have community voting, what to do with the marketing money, what's the best way to spend it, where should it go, and how. Um, we kind of already have that in the TG, but to basically make it official. And like I mentioned before, partnerships with hip hop stars and rap stars, and both celebrities as well as upcoming artists, and make a nice collab between all of them. Come up with some awesome ideas there. So Julius has this awesome vision. It's there's a roadmap on the website as well. You can have a look. So yeah, these are the biggest ones. I mean, that's phase four. Phase three is the NFT drop with all and the website and a video, like a trailer, 30-second trailer. That's in the works as well right now as we speak. And yeah, like I mean, once the brand gets out into the real world and the merge with crypto, that's I think that's the biggest utility. Just the brand, the logo, the chimp, all the art, NFTs. NFTs may actually have some benefits attached to it, um, access to memberships, or perhaps a better percentage in staking. So that's something we're looking into as well.
That sounds really exciting. Thank you so much, MC, for sharing that with us. I mean, we cannot deny that real token utility is always a huge plus, right? Especially when it's tied to both the engagement, right? Like you mentioned, you guys are planning to hop in with mini games, lotteries, NFTs with a greater purpose. And also even staking as well. Wow, I love how you guys are really packing the OG chips token with lots of utility, making the demand for it grow, and also the real value that comes along with it as well. Thank you very much for that,
My pleasure.
MC. So moving forward, right? Actually, on the website, I visited it earlier, and there's one thing that really caught my attention, which is the banana trail, right? The roadmap
Hmm.
that you guys have. So, can you walk us through this banana trail, and what plans are in there?
Absolutely. So phase one, let me just pull it up as well. Here we are. I'm mobile right now. I'm in the car. It's a few errands to do with family. So I have a nice setup, paper-based office in the car right now as we speak. It's pretty cool, going back to basics. So phase one is the launch. This is the pre-sale that's done. The rev share model that's done. Community, Telegram, Instagram, X. Yes, we have all the socials. Again, TG, Instagram, Discord, X. Did I mention that? And obviously the website with a custom URL. That's all done. The pre-sale reached 84. We have the 8% rewards. Um, Community voting that's happening on a TG already in a small scale. That's going to be expanded. Mystery airdrops. Well, we did airdrop to the pre-sellers, so that's something we need to implement as well. ASAP. Token burning, that's happening as well. We don't have token burning parties yet, but we do announce whenever we burn. We burned 20 million tokens so far. 2 hour TG parties daily at 5 to 7 p.m. UTC time. Basically, all the madness party on VC and TG happening 2 hours every day. And the Gorilla Bars Volume 1 music by our house artist. We do have an artist on the team. He's a hip hop artist. He has quite a few tracks already. So he is in progress of making one just for us. So very honored to have him on the team and supporting us that way as well. He's our number one artist at the moment. Very happy. Jungle Takeover is like we said, poll voting system. That's the voting, choosing the next drop and other features, airdrops. Merch website is actually being developed, as I mentioned. So hoodies, t-shirts, and hats will be sold through the website. Contest for the meme. Yeah, why not? Let's get more memes going. Beat making battle with top three prizes. So again, new artists can compete who makes the best beat. Um, and again, X Spaces, that's coming up as well. Phase 2, that's pretty much very soon. Basically, you have X Spaces and rappers and influencers on it. We do have access to KOLs, influencers who are supporting us already. That's awesome. Whale Club membership, that's probably going to be linked to the NFTs. So that may actually move to phase 3 at some point. And phase 3 is NFTs, like we discussed, 100 to 500 characters. We'll be launching staking and may as well make a meta jungle, go back to the metaverse and make a party in there. Web3 call up with fashion labels, totally, because we're going to sell clothing, so might as well get some labels going as well. And the YouTube channel launch. So that's phase 3. And then phase 4 is, again, the real life hip hop and crypto rap events. DAO voting, some other DeFi utilities, I guess staking and crossover to Ethereum just to expand our market, mobile games, cross promo with other games, and then musician sponsorships. So yeah, it's power packed roadmap, and we're on it already. So everything is in progress, right on track.
Thank you, MC, for sharing that with us. I mean, that's a fun and ambitious roadmap, right? And I'm just gonna say this, but the banana trail name, it's actually very hilarious. I think it's a perfect name indeed for a roadmap, right? Of chimps. Wow, very wonderful to hear it. Plus, just one thing that I realized as well, that this isn't just really plainly meme project, right? But I believe that in your community, you guys are really keeping the hip hop music spirit alive. And I think that is really contributing a lot for the preservation of a great music indeed. So that is very wonderful. Thank you so much, MC, for that. So it seems like you've got a lot of things stacked for the community. We're very excited to witness this journey of you guys. Thank you so much. Now, speaking of unique value, actually, you spoiled us a little earlier that there will be cool NFTs underway. Of course, there would be like amazing benefits tagged into it as well. So, MC, can you tell us more about the OG Chimps NFTs and what makes them unique? I mean, compared to other NFTs that are existing in the space.
Well, so I mean, many NFTs out there are really awesome. Some of them are really successful and awesome looking, and obviously have huge traction with a lot of people collecting and secondhand market as well. So we would like to join the top NFTs, obviously. However, we want to limit them to roughly between 2 to 500 to be determined. And obviously, all of them designed with care as much as the first ones. The first set, the actual NFTs will be as awesome or better. And like I said, 2 to 500 and customizable. So either we will allow people to actually choose colors or the clothing, and the gear, the watches, whatever, the chains, or it will be additional accessories, NFTs on top of the chimps. Something that we have to kind of determine what's the best way to approach it, from the technical standpoint. and but I think both would be successful equally. So, or or we can basically ask the community as well for preferences. So given all, so all the, we'll collect our data and intelligence to come up with the best approach. And then, like I said, yeah, there will be some utility attached to them, whether it's staking or games or merch, or some exclusive community perks, whether it's events, real life or online. And so basically, yes, we'll make sure there will be value to holding NFT, and then obviously make it valuable on the second-hand market as well.
Thank you so much, MC, for sharing that with us. Wow. I mean, those traits and layered rarities, plus the fact that you guys are planning to do some personalization for them as well. This really adds to the collectability, right, of an NFT. And I think it all ties back to the how funky and how cool, how awesome Julius Bananarchy is. And I think this really makes him more than just, a plain NFT, which is a plain JPEG, right? So that is
Yeah,
very lovely to hear. Thank you so much, MC. But moving forward to our next question, let's talk about the community and how you're keeping it strong. As we know, MC, I mean, we both can agree how the community is a key success factor for every project, right? The community is like the backbone of every project. So, how do you keep your community engaged creatively?
that's a very good question. And so we are slowly but but expeditiously trying to engage community even more than so far. So far, has been a lot of technical challenges and basically everything that comes with launching a token, especially that uh, we've launched on a new platform that we've never done before. So there was a bit of a learning curve to the whole thing that took a lot of our resources to get going. But now that we are more stabilized and ready to continue the roadmap, we are engaging the community in the TG uh, to either vote on the initiatives or discuss, best strategy moving forward, best ways to expand to grow. We will have even more surveys going on and basically asking community for the opinion. And yes, and totally keep them engaged and possibly, implement maybe some kind of, that would be cool. I'm sure there are bots for that, to implement some kind of a participation points. So whoever is participating the most in a constructive, good way, not just spamming, then these people would be eligible for extra perks. For example, NFT or a better NFT or maybe some airdrops. So we want to basically engage community in conversation, in strategy, in discussions, brainstorming, and just participation, and reward all this participation with actual factual OG chimps value, whichever is going to be NFTs, airdrops, and so on.
Love that, MC. Thank you so much. Plus, it's really amazing that you guys are keeping all of these efforts to keep the people excited, between drops and updates. And I think that is a great way to build a great synergy, a great relationship with the community. Thank you very much for that, MC. Now, beyond digital, I know you kind of mentioned a little about this before, but what about the merch and in real life plans of OG Chimps?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, the brand, the clothing, the hoodies, the tees, and other fitted hats and whatnot, all brand OG chimps, highly visible, highly bright, high quality. People will wonder, like, once we start seeing the clothing on the street, in the cities, they'll be so visible. People will ask questions. What is that? Who is that? Speaking of which, I'm thinking of a QR code or something at the bottom, or some kind of a link, because we need something. So people can instantly search it, and there'll be just another avenue of awesome marketing. So yeah, like I said, the music giveaways, the whole culture, real life events, music competitions, and big banners of OG Chimps together with the clothing. in during those events, that's the combination. That's the vision of Julius, to combine the crypto world with a real world, and have the have all the clothing just speak for themselves. Basically, they'll scream. This is something different. That's cool. Look at this. Check it out. That's and once people do, then they're going to learn about the whole OG CHIMPS verse, right? And start participating in it, and it's just going to grow like crazy. And that's the big idea. That's the big vision.
That is what we love to hear. Thank you so much, MC, for that. I mean, this physical merches, in-person energy, this would really make the brand to feel real and alive. So, oh, that was a whole lot of empowerment. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. That is very exciting for us to hear. And finally, let's go cross-chain, MC. So actually, we heard that you guys also has plans on expanding beyond Solana. What is the vision for this?
Yeah, so I mean, ideally we would go to Ethereum. Now Ethereum could get expensive, especially if it will make a comeback, which it's hovering around the all-time high, closely. So if the Ethereum pumps to hey, you never know, 10K or so, the fees probably will go with it, to some crazy amounts. So if we were to go Ethereum, we would need to probably be on some kind of a L2 chain, level two Ethereum. Um, so that's something to again look closely. That's phase four, but definitely that would expand, the reach of OG Chimps to Ethereum, which is more, more. It has this allure of like a more serious corporate token. That's I think many people's opinion. Whereas Solana is more memes and fun. So basically, they would reach the higher market, the corporate, the institutions, perhaps. So that's, and obviously, the staking the NFTs, maybe even on Ethereum. So they'll basically reach to the next level community, with bigger funds, and to fund all the events to the much bigger scale. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll be in stadiums across the world, North America and Europe and Asia, to really make those events huge and gigantic, using basically support of corporate and yeah, corporate and the institutions.
That sounds exciting for us to hear. I mean, as we know, big vision is always equal to big energy, right? And I believe with a solid foundation already on Solana, you guys really got the freedom and that capability to go global and cross chain. So thank you, MC. We're very delighted to hear about that big vision of expansion. So those are all the questions on my end. But we've got, I think, hold on, let me check. We've got two questions from the community here, MC. So let me ask if you're up to answer them.
Sure, yeah, I'll try. Do my best.
Okay, so we've got Solana Queen 01 asking, Julius Bananarchy is seriously hilarious. Just a little suggestion. Will we see more lore or even animated shorts in the future? I feel like he could totally carry a Web3 cartoon.
That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea, to have some kind of a cartoon version of Julius. Uh, Obviously, yeah, I personally love the idea, so that will be pitched within the team, and yeah, like we have the trailer right now in the works and the new website, so may as well add another trailer with actually Julius' story, like a kind of about Julius kind of little trailer. So that would be really cool. Totally love the idea. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I think that's just a great suggestion that I've seen here. Solana Queen 01. I hope you can, of course, follow them on their socials because I think this is very likely to happen. Maybe we'll be watching Julius Bananarchy in our TVs, in our devices in the future. Thank you so much, MC, for that. And our second and last question that I've spotted here is from DeFi Chad 420. DeFi Trend 420 was asking, I'm loving the energy of the OG Chimps community. Are there plans for in person meetups or in real life events where the holders can connect and go full bananas together?
Absolutely. Going all the way bananas. Let's go bananas. That's right. No, that is the vision. Real life events, both. Like I said, ultimate vision, big scale is a big concert in stadiums, and a lot of artists upcoming and celebrities all in one place, and working up the tunes and lyrics, and that's the big idea, big vision. Prior to that, smaller events very likely as well. Some kind of meetups, either community driven or from the headquarters. So yes, short answer is absolutely.
Thank you so much, MC, for that. And those are all the questions that I've spotted actually on our comment section. Thank you very much, guys, for dropping in your questions. But if there's any questions in mind that we didn't touch in this AMA, you can kindly connect with the team, with their growing community in their Telegram official chat. Of course, you'll get the answers that you need in there if you have any questions or the guidance, if there's anything, any concerns. Thank you very much, MC, for answering them. And I think that is all the questions that we can take for today's Amy. But before we officially close this Amy, do you have any closing remarks or any message you'd like the people to take away from the session?
Yeah, again, thank you for having us. We really, really appreciate this opportunity to, share the world, share the news about the OG Chimps and how we are planning to conquer the world in an awesome vibing way. It's all vibes, it's all love, it's all integrity. This is a high quality team, not going anywhere. We are sticking to, we are supporting the project even right now. I actually don't have the chart open right now. I'm not sure if people were able to hop in, but it is as of the beginning of this call, the chart was looking super inviting for big access. Starting like at that point in time is the perfect time to get in, and it's gonna go bananas very fast. So again. OGCHIMPS.com. Have a look. Tomorrow we have a confirmed show interview on a K&W show, Kid and Wolf. Check out, I believe, either our X or our TG for the message about that, or link will be coming soon. So tomorrow around noon time, I think it's noon or 1 p.m. Eastern, we have the K&W show, and that's one of their biggest ones as well. So that's awesome. That's huge. That's secured. And yeah, like I said, good vibes, good energy, good people, and we are going places. Banana Trail is the best one to go. So LFG, baby.
Thank you so much, MC, for that. And that drops up our Amy today with OG Chimps, a project that is combining the lore, humor, NFTs, real utility, and even a very strong and vibrant community storytelling like no other. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us for today's Amy. Of course, if you're ready to connect with OG Chimps, I recommend you to go to their socials, okay? They have their website. If you want to do your own research, check the website, check the Telegram community, their X account. These are your first steps to learning and being part of OG Chimp. So do check it out. We actually shared it already in the Sunrise Venture Capital's Telegram community chat, so it would be very accessible from there. Thank you very much, everyone, and huge thanks once again to you, MC, for joining us for today, and to all the chimps in the crowd as well. Thank you, guys. Once again, keep an eye out for upcoming drops or upcoming features coming up in the next phase of the Banana Trail. Recommend you guys to follow their social media links to be updated. Thank you so much, everyone. Until then, let's all stay wild, stay decentralized, and long live Julius Bananarchy.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you very much, and blessings to all. Thank you.
Thank you,